Absolutely. So PFAS is sometimes referred to as forever chemicals. They were crazy useful chemicals that were developed after World War II because they are water resistant and heat resistant. So you may know them from your nonstick cookware or from your rainproof rainwear. The problem that we've got with PFAS is that they have gotten out into the environment and they've gotten into the Americans' bloodstream. So 98% of Americans have it in our bloodstream. And unfortunately, it is associated with health conditions such as cancer, birth defects, infertility, even high cholesterol. And one of the things that we're trying to understand is how do we do a better job of locating it, and other companies are also working on how do you do a better job of destroying this, because the chemical bonds are very strong and they've proven very, very persistent in our environment.
Okay, so talk us through what PureTrace Labs, that you are CEO of, does when it comes to PFAS.
Absolutely. So one of the challenges with PFAS has been testing for them. Our current methodology for testing takes 2 to 3 weeks, is very labor intensive, so it's very expensive. It costs anywhere from $500 to $800. And that means that for the average homeowner, like, you can't test your own water. Even though the EPA believes that up to half of Americans have PFAS in our water. And so that's basically created a problem. So what PureTrace Labs has been able to do through a wonderful invention by Dr. Hao Chen is use mass spectrometry and paper spray mass spectrometry, to be precise, in order to test for PFAS. And he can do it in under 3 minutes and with very little labor. And so we can do it at a fraction of the cost. So we like to say we can do it in minutes versus weeks, and we can do it at a third of the cost of what the current methodologies are.
So what is the market here for any type of PFAS detection treatment? Is it something that would be done at the consumer level or the industrial level? Is this like just doing a radon test that I have to do for when I buy my home in New Jersey?
I love the analogy with radon because it's one we use often. So yes, the answer is yes. Industry needs it because they need to be checking that it's not in our consumer packaging. The municipalities need to be doing it to make sure it's not in our water. Our farmers need to be doing it to make sure it's not in their soil, because if it's in the soil, it's going to get into the food supply. So, you know, what we're doing and focusing in on is taking a first little bite, which is, can we bring this to the homeowner market? We know that just under half of all households in America have PFAS in their water. In New Jersey, we believe that that's up to actually about 84%. So we've got the ability to give homeowners the ability to actually test at a very reasonable price. And then more importantly, to your point about radon, we've got the ability to give it to home inspectors. Traditionally, home inspectors can't wait 2 to 3 weeks for a test result. But if we can get them a test result within 1 to 2 days, they can put this into the real estate transaction. It doesn't mean you're going to blow up your real estate transaction, because there are solutions. So you can, let's say you've got PFAS in your water, there is a solution for all different budgets. You could potentially get a carbon-activated water pitcher. You could use a carbon-activated water from your refrigerator. You can also go all out with reverse osmosis or even a home filtration system, depending on what your budget is and what you personally can do. But you can do things to remove these from your environment.
Okay, but first things first, you got to figure out how much is in there. Talk a little bit about the role that NJIT played in helping Dr. Chen, whose technology this is based on, really figure out this technology.
Yeah, they were amazing, because Dr. Chen walked in and said, I've got this great invention. What do I do? He yelled, Eureka. And what NJIT was able to do through their partner NJII was they actually walked out and started doing some business plans and cases, right? Is there a big enough market out there that it warrants being able to commercialize this? And if you are going to commercialize it, who are you going to target? Who are you going to target first? And what does that look like? So they basically were able to take the business aspect and marry that with the science. And so many universities, we've got brilliant ideas, but we don't necessarily have professors trained in business. And so what NJIT is doing that's incredibly unique is they're bringing business and they're bringing technology together so that we can get those best ideas out into the marketplace.
30 seconds left. How hard is it to raise money these days?
We've been very lucky so far. So we've been able to, we're funded via NJII's investment fund, and we will let you know as we find out if we need more money.